guys, welcome back. Okay, so for today's video I wanted to do like a smoky, dramatic, kind of sexy, maybe date night type eye look, you know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to play around with the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 3 All Matte eyeshadow palette. This is a palette where I feel like I would like to just kind of keep it close by on my makeup desk, you know, just to be able to pull certain basic shades from it. Like the blacks in here are phenomenal. It does have, you know, these two cream shades over here, so it has like the brown and the black in cream. It also has this amazing black matte eyeshadow, which of course I took advantage of today. And it has like the row of cool tones and then the row of warm tones. So I just was really excited to play around with this palette because I do love a good smoky eye. Whether it's just a regular black and brown smoky eye, black and gray smoky eye, or even if you want to add a little color, it's very easy to make colored smoky eyes the same way as just a regular smoky eye. So I wanted to play around with this palette today, so that's what I did. I took full advantage of the deeper, darker shades in here. And I really enjoyed it, spoiler alert. But I also really wanted to play around with one of my Danessa Myricks Colorfix creams. Like this is one of her metallic shadows, and as you can see, this is what I used on my lid today. And I was just really excited to play around with this because it's just such a gorgeous metallic shade. I mean, you can see it on my eyes. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to tap it on my lid with my finger or use a brush. I got more of like a cut crease type look today, which I wasn't going for. But because of the fact that I did play around with a brush, it ended up, you know, turning into more of a cut crease look than I wanted today. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of explore these two main products. But of course, I did do a full face of makeup, so that's in this video as well. If you'd like to hang out with me and check out how I created this eye look and just kind of get some of my thoughts on the products I used today, then stay tuned because it's coming up next. Starting off today's look, I'm going in with a very hydrating primer. This is my Watermelon Burst Hydrating Primer from Ciate, London. Whenever my skin is feeling a little too dry or I want a bit of extra hydration and moisture for my skin, this is a primer that I will use. It's very nice. As you can see, it almost looks like water when applying it to the skin, but it's very hydrating. Now the first concealer I'm going in with is my Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to be using a slightly damp brush to just kind of blend this in. As you can see, I'm placing it in the areas on my face where I have different types of dark spots, you know, dark circles under my eyes, hyperpigmentation, things of that sort, just to kind of give me a more even base before I go in with my foundation. So today I'm using my Huda Beauty Easy Blur, and I'm also using a damp brush to apply this foundation as well. As you can see, I just sped this up so we can move it along. Just applying it, making my face nice and covered and concealed with the foundation. Now I'm going in with my Kosas concealer. This has quickly become one of my favorite concealers. I just notice that I keep grabbing for it for brightening and, you know, highlighting in certain areas on my face. I'm really enjoying this concealer, and I know I'm going to end up repurchasing it because I love the shade, the way it blends. I love that it doesn't kind of fade away or add additional creasing. It's a very nice concealer. Now I wanted to do some highlighting underneath my powder, so I'm going in with this Crush XO. It's called Hustle and Glow Illuminating Shimmer. And I'm just blending that in with a denser flat brush, and you know, just kind of adding that glow before I put on my powder, and it works out very nicely. It's not as harsh as it is sometimes when you highlight on top of your powder, so I'm just kind of in a cream and liquid mood today. So for blush, I'm going to be using two blushes, and the first one I'm using today is this liquid blush by e.l.f. It's in the shade Gorge Orange, and it is a very beautifully, nicely pigmented blush. It's very nice and hydrating on the skin as well, and it's going to be an excellent base for the second blush that I go in with later. Now I wanted to use one of my ColourPop bronzing sticks. I really don't use these sticks that I have in my makeup collection, and I wanted to kind of get some use out of it today. So I'm just using this to shape up my face and blending that in with a slightly damp beauty sponge. As you can see, these ColourPop sticks, they blend out very, very easily, very nicely. And I definitely plan on using them more in the future. Now to set the highlighted areas, I'm going in with my Easy Bake and Snatch powder from Huda Beauty. This is the pressed powder, and I'm really, really loving it. Applying it with one of my little triangle puffs. Those work perfectly for this setting powder. And to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my KVD Lock-It powder foundation, one of my absolute favorite powders. It actually is my favorite powder, but I need to find a new one because I don't even think they sell this anymore. But yeah, absolute favorite powder. Now for the blush that I'm really excited about, this is my Fenty Cheeks in the shade Lollipoppy. I wasn't sure how it was going to look on me because I believe I heard some buzz about these blushes not really being, you know, brown girl friendly or darker skin friendly, but I feel like this shade is working out nicely for me. Now to go ahead and set that bronze a little bit more, I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Mahogany, and just, you know, adding a little bit of powder over that cream bronzer that I used earlier. Now it's time to finally move on to the eyes. I'm going to be prepping my lids with my Morphe eyeshadow primer. And I'm starting out with the black cream shade in the Patrick Ta palette. This cream shadow is very, very nice. I'd see that you could use this as a liner as well. But as you see, I just placed that right on the lower portion of my lid. Now I'm going in with the dark brown powder, and I'm just kind of blending out the edge of that jet black cream and slowly dragging that brown up higher into my crease for this smoky eye. Just taking my time doing this. This can take a little while, you know, to get it perfected, and just make sure you don't take it up too high. Now to blend out that brown, I'm going into a lighter tan shade in the palette, and as you can see, I'm using a softer, fluffier brush for this process. Just taking my time, gently blending that out because we want a nice gradient there. Now I'm going into the black matte powder eyeshadow, and I'm dragging that along my lower lash line. And I'm going in with a much smaller, softer brush with a little bit of that tan shade just to kind of soften that black on that lower lash line. Now for the lid, let's go in with this Danessa Myricks Colorfix shadow. As you can see, I was like, whoa. Very pigmented, very gorgeous, very beautiful. Yeah, it was really easy to use with the brush because it is a liquid. It does dry down. So when you're applying it, make sure you put it where you want it to be. If you want just a more sheer shimmer, you could use your finger and just tap it across your lid. Now I'm going in with a little bit more of that matte black shadow and just kind of smoking out and blending the edges of that shimmer shadow. Now I'm going to go in and pop on some lashes and a bold liner and move on to the lips. Going in with my Sephora lip liner in the shade Molasses. I'm just lining my lips today. I want to do a nude lip with this bold eye. And to top that off, I'm going to go in with my Morphe Drip Glass. This is the Drenched Lip Gloss in Wet Peach. And I'm just applying that to my lips. As you can see, it's a very, very light shade, but very nice, beautiful, comfortable lip gloss. I really, really like the Morphe Drip Glasses. They're beautiful. So that's it for today's video, you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me to create this dramatic smoky eye. I feel like I could have even had on some like bigger, more dramatic lashes, honestly, but this will do for today. So yeah, I had a good time trying out this Patrick Ta Dimensions 3 palette, as well as Danessa Myricks Colorfix Metallic eyeshadow. It kind of gives me more of an idea of how best to use them. So yeah, let me know down in the comments what you think. Maybe, you know, if you've tried these products, how you feel about them, and you know, if you're thinking about picking them up. So yeah, that's it for today, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles!